Hello, friends. We have a short message from this week's sponsor. What's a game where no one wins? The waiting game. When it comes to hiring, don't wait for great talent to find you. Find them fast with Indeed. When you're hiring, you need Indeed. Indeed is the hiring platform where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. Instead of spending hours on multiple job sites searching for candidates with the right skills, Indeed's a powerful hiring platform that can help you do it all. With Instant Match, over 80% of employers get quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed matches their job description the moment they sponsor a job, according to Indeed Data US. One of the things we love about Indeed is that it makes hiring all in one place so easy, because Indeed's hiring platform matches you with quality candidates instantly. Even better, Indeed's the only job site where you only pay for applications that meet your must-have requirements. Indeed is an unbelievably powerful hiring platform, delivering 4 times more hires than all other job sites combined, according to Talent Nest 2019. Join more than 3 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. Start hiring now with a $75 sponsored job credit to upgrade your job post at Indeed.com/sleeptight. Offer good for a limited time. Claim your $75 credit now at Indeed.com/sleeptight. Indeed.com/sleeptight. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Hello, friends, and welcome to Sleep Tight Stories. Slicko and Mappo have seen the circus, and when some men start coming into the woods, they both run off. Slicko goes back to her nest and gathers some nuts to eat and store away. As she is gathering some nuts, she hears crashing sounds coming through the forest. When the noises stop, she turns and sees that it is TomTom the elephant. But something is wrong with TomTom. He seems scared. How could TomTom be scared of a little squirrel? Then Slicko remembers what Mappo told her about TomTom and races up a tree to tell TomTom that she is not a mouse or a rat. Slicko the Jumping Squirrel, Chapter 6. Slicko was so surprised at first by the cries of TomTom and at the fear which the big elephant showed that she did not know what to think. It really seemed that TomTom was afraid of her, of a little jumping squirrel girl. Then Slicko happened to remember what Mappo had told her. "If ever you see TomTom," the monkey had said, "tell him at once that you are not a mouse or a rat." "Ah, that's what I must do," thought Slicko. "TomTom must be afraid of me. I'll speak to him." Scrambling halfway up the trunk of a tree to make herself higher and nearer to the big ears of TomTom, Slicko cried out in her chattering voice, "I'm not a mouse, TomTom. I'm not a rat." "Huh? What's that?" asked the elephant, flapping one of his ears sideways so he could hear better. "What did you say?" "I said I was not a rat or a mouse. I am only a little girl squirrel, and I wouldn't hurt you for the world," went on Slicko. "Oh, I am so glad," cried the elephant. And he did not shiver and shake any more, and did not knock down any pine cones. As first it might seem funny for a squirrel to say she would not hurt an elephant, because an elephant is so large. But I have told you that elephants are sometimes afraid of even such a little thing as a mouse. "So, you are not a rat, huh?" asked the elephant of Slicko. "No, TomTom, and I am not a mouse either," answered the little girl squirrel. "Huh. How do you happen to know my name?" asked TomTom. "Mappo the merry monkey told me," said the little girl squirrel. "And Mappo told me I was to tell you I was not a mouse or a rat. I won't run up your trunk and scare you." "That's good," said TomTom. "Now I can see clearly that you are a little squirrel. I like you. But what about that little guy Mappo? Where is he? I came out to look for him. They want him back in his cage to ride around the circus ring on the back of a pony and do other tricks that make the children laugh." "Oh, he ran away," said Slicko. "He thought he heard some men coming after him. He said he did not want to go back to the cage just yet. He wants to have some fun in the woods." "Well, well, he is a funny monkey," said TomTom. "And I came all the way from the circus grounds to find him. But if he is gone, I won't look any farther. I'll go back to my tent, or the men may be coming after me." "Oh, can't you stay here with me a little while? I am so lonely," spoke Slicko. "Well, I might stay a short time," TomTom said, "but what are you doing in the woods all alone, little Slicko?" Then the little squirrel girl told how she had had to run away from her own nest, and how she had not been able to find her aunt, and how she was now living all by herself in the woods. "Well, I wish I could stay with you and keep you company, Slicko," said TomTom, "but I belong back in the circus, and I guess you would rather jump through the tree branches and skip about in them than go as slowly as I have to go, crashing through the bushes. And I certainly never could climb a tree and sleep in a nest as you do," went on TomTom with a jolly laugh. "No, I suppose not," said Slicko. "You are too big for a nest. Well, if you see Mappo, please send him back to me. I am so lonely." "If I see him, I will," TomTom answered, and then he walked on back through the woods. "Goodbye, Slicko," called the jolly elephant. "I have to be in the show this afternoon. I have to make believe play ball and eat my dinner at a real table. And then I have to play the harmonica with my trunk. Those are some of my tricks." "Oh, I met a pig who said he could do tricks," cried Slicko. "Was his name Squinty?" inquired the jolly elephant. "Yes," said Slicko. "His name was Squinty." "I met him too," said TomTom. "He was a funny little pig. But now I must hurry back." And on he went, crashing his way through the bushes. Slicko felt more lonesome than ever when the elephant had left her. She did not know what to do, and she wanted more than ever to see her mama and papa and sisters and brothers again. Then all at once, Slicko thought of something. "Oh, I forgot to ask TomTom to give me a ride on his back," exclaimed Slicko. "Mappo said he would, as he was such a kind elephant. I'm going to call to him." So Slicko called in her chattering voice, "TomTom, TomTom." "Yes, I hear you. What is it?" asked the elephant, stopping. "Would you please give me a ride on your back?" begged Slicko. "Mappo said you gave children at the circus rides, and I am so little you would hardly feel me." "Of course I'll give you a ride," cried TomTom. I thought I was forgetting something," he went on as he crashed back through the bushes. "I meant to invite you for a little ride on my back," went on TomTom. "Why, I shouldn't feel you any more than I should a feather, Slicko. Besides, I am very strong. I could carry 10 children on my back and hardly know it." "Oh, indeed you must be very strong," cried the little squirrel girl. TomTom, with a jolly noise that sounded as much like a laugh as any elephant can make, stood under the branch of the tree on which Slicko was perched. "Hop down, little squirrel," invited the big, jolly elephant. Down hopped Slicko, landing on the back of TomTom. And then, what a fine ride she had. TomTom could step over bushes that would have taken Slicko some time to climb, and some bushes TomTom trampled under his big feet as though they were straw. Other bushes the elephant pushed his big body through, as easily as the clown in the circus jumps off the horse's back through the paper hoop. "Do you like riding on my back?" asked TomTom, swinging along. "Oh, it is just fine," cried Slicko, as she sat there with her tail held over her head like a sun umbrella. "But don't go too far with me, TomTom, please." "I won't," the elephant said, and pretty soon he turned back with Slicko and left her on the same branch from which she had jumped, right near her aunt's nest. "Well, goodbye once more, Slicko," called TomTom. "I may see you again tomorrow, and if you meet that Mappo, tell him he is wanted back in the circus." "I'll tell him," promised Slicko. Once more, the little jumping girl squirrel was all alone in the big woods. Somewhere in the forest were her mother and father and her sister and brothers, but just where, Slicko did not know. "Well," thought the little creature, in a way squirrels and other animals have of thinking, "well, I guess I shall have to stay alone tonight again, and perhaps for many more nights and days. I wonder what will become of me, and if I will ever see my folks again. Oh dear." Slicko felt a little sad for a moment, but then she knew that she would have to be brave and do things for herself, since there was no one to help her. "I think I'll put some more leaves and some cotton from the milkweed plant in Aunt Whitey's nest," thought Slicko. "That will make it warmer." Fixing up the nest so it would be nice to stay in took Slicko until nearly dark. Then, after she had carried up some nuts to the nest so she would have them ready for morning, Slicko curled up in the soft leaves and went to sleep. Nothing bothered her this night. No owl with big, round, staring eyes tried to get the little squirrel. Perhaps the owl which had tried it before was sure the nest was empty, and that he could not get anything to eat from it. At any rate, the owl did not come, and Slicko was glad of it. In the morning, after her breakfast, having had a drink and washed at the spring, Slicko said, "I think I had better go off in the woods nutting today. I will need many nuts to eat if I have to stay here all winter, and I had better begin to gather them now before they are all gone." Slicko knew, as do all squirrels, the best places in the woods to look for nuts. Soon the little girl squirrel had found many chestnuts, acorns, hickory nuts, and beech nuts. These she carried, a few at a time, up to her aunt's nest house. If Aunt Whitey should come back, there would be enough for her and me too, thought Slicko. The storehouse of the nest was almost full of nuts, but still Slicko was not satisfied. "I must get more," she said to herself, "for we may have a long winter with much snow. Well, Slicko knew how hard the winter was for squirrels and all animals. So the next day, Slicko went off nutting again. She had not gone very far through the woods before she came to a little grassy place. And there, in the middle of it, Slicko saw a nice pile of nuts, all gathered up, ready to be taken away. "Oh, that's just fine," thought Slicko to herself. "The nuts are all in a nice heap, and I don't have to pick them up one by one and carry them home. I can take a whole paw full at once." Now, Slicko was a wise little squirrel in some ways, but she still had many things to learn. She did not stop to think that nuts in the woods never heap themselves in a pile without some animal or some person doing it. Slicko thought the nuts were put there just for her. But it was all a trick, as you shall soon see. Of course, Slicko did not immediately jump down to get the nuts. She knew enough not to do that, for she had often been told that some animal might be waiting to grab her. So she looked all around, and seeing nothing, down she scrambled. As Slicko came nearer to the pile of nuts and saw how nice they looked, she said to herself, "Oh, there will be enough for all winter. How lovely!" But there was something else besides the nuts there on the ground, though Slicko did not see it. Right up to the pile of nuts Slicko scampered. She took up some chestnuts in her paws that were like little hands, and then, all of a sudden, something clicked and snapped, and Slicko felt herself caught by one leg and held tightly. And that's the end of this chapter. Good night. Sleep tight.